What's up, everybody? Here's my polishing video where I take this blade that I've made and polish it up to reveal the Hamon for y'all. Right now I just finished ground my bevels and just hand sanded it up to 2000 grit sandpaper. I just left all that out since there's plenty of tutorials on there. But now I'm going to show you my method of etching and polishing the blade to make the Hamon show pretty good. You can't hardly see it right now, but you can make it out a little bit. And this has not been etched at all, and you can see that it has some decent definition even now, and it will really vastly improve after it's etched. It's really hard to photograph a Hamon or video it, either one. Takes a while to master. I still haven't mastered it. You can see it decently, it looks like. Alright, so what I'm going to be using for etching is this is normal distilled white vinegar. It's got about 5, maybe 6 small drops of dish soap in it, you know, for surface tension. Lemon juice. This is another etchant that I use. This is trisodium phosphate mixed with water. It's mixed up in an empty spray bottle. I use that to neutralize my blade after the etch cycle. But I'm going to start with the normal white vinegar. And I usually do the etches in segments of about 5 to 7 minutes, depending on how it's biting into the steel. You know, you kind of get a feel for it over time. But it seems like the vinegar really brings out the ashy lines, and the lemon juice really brings out the white area of the Hamon, the actual line itself. Makes it pop a lot more. But I don't mix the etchants together. I do it as a separate type thing. And usually I always finish my last etch with lemon juice. Always. I have tried ferric chloride, but it really does not do near as good of a job as the vinegar and the lemon juice. If I could only have one, I would probably take the lemon juice. But okay, let me get everything set up, and I'll show you how I put this vinegar on. Alright folks, so I figured I'd show y'all 2 methods of application. I'm going to do the vinegar with this, I use a graduated cylinder, 1000 milliliter graduated cylinder, to etch most of my blades in, because it provides you with a nice convenient tall column that you can get, you know, longer blades in and still not waste so much etchant trying to fill it up. But I'm going to do the vinegar like this, and then I'll do the lemon juice just with a rag, wiping it on, to show you that method as well. But I'm going to let this soak, like I say, 5 to 7 minutes. It just varies with the steel, really. You just kind of have to judge it. When you see an oxide layer starting to form, then you know you're getting about in the right area where you want to take it out and neutralize it. And then we'll sand the oxides off with a loose abrasive, and then we'll etch it the next cycle in lemon juice. But I'll be back in just a minute after this soaks. Alright people, It's been soaking in there long enough, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it out and neutralize it. Let's see what we got. I'm just going to spray it down with this TSP. I'm going to take a rag and just wipe it off. And you can tell my etching has done its job and bit into the steel. Sorry, there's a bunch of loudmouth neighbors around here. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see the line a lot more definite now. Alright, now I'll show you how to sand this down, or how I do it. Be right back. Alright, so the next step is to sand the oxides off. And what I've got here is an aluminum oxide abrasive, a dry powder that I mix with water. It's a 5 micron aluminum oxide, and a rubber block. This is just a hard rubber block used for setting glass, but you can use any kind of hard rubber, anything like that would work pretty good. What I do is just dab this abrasive mix on the blade. You'll notice it cuts pretty good and efficiently. The idea is you want to use things that are going to open the grain of the steel. You don't want to use anything that will burnish the grain closed, like a buffing wheel, because it'll erase your Hamon. A buffing wheel will make it just totally disappear. This doesn't take a whole heck of a lot of work to get rid of the oxides. A little bit. I like the rubber block. Yeah, it's pretty well the best thing that I've found, because it conforms to the surface pretty readily. But it's hard enough, you know, that it's a good surface. Doesn't give too much. I'll wipe this off here. Oh yeah. It's starting to come out now. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, looks like you can see it some. You can see that it has a definite improvement. So now I'm just going to do the other side of that blade just like that, and bring it back over here, and I'll show it to you, and then we'll do the lemon juice. Alrighty folks, as you can see, there is a dramatic difference in the appearance of the Hamon after the first etch and sanding with the powder abrasive. It looks pretty nice now. It's starting to pop out where you can see it real good. These are the hardest things in the world to take a picture of. Probably mentioned that already. It looks actually much better in person than it does here. I'm looking through the viewfinder and there's pretty much no comparison. But now I'm going to do the lemon juice, and what I've done is just poured some out on this paper towel, and I'm just going to keep saturating it on both sides, and I'm going to rub it, into it for, it'll take this about the same amount of time, probably 5 minutes to 10 in that area, depending on your steel, hardness of it, temperature of the etchant. There's a lot of factors involved, but I'll just keep rubbing this on here, and I'll start it back up when I got this etched up with this lemon juice. Alright, I just wanted to show y'all real quick what it looks like when it's getting close to being ready with the lemon juice. See how you got a nice dark patina there at the hardened portion of the cutting edge on both sides. And this too gives you an idea of kind of how that lemon juice really helps whiten up that line. It's hard to tell, like I say, on this, but it makes a dramatic difference in it. And I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but I always do my last etch with lemon juice. No matter how many I do in between with vinegar, I always do one with lemon juice last. And I cannot stress how much more superior this is than using ferric chloride. Ferric chloride is great for Damascus, but it really leaves a lot to be desired when it comes to etching Hamons like this. You want a really, really weak acid to do this with. And like I say, the lemon juice, if I had to pick one, would be my first and only choice. You can see it's such a pretty finish that it leaves. Even just like that, it would really look cool. And I'm going to go ahead and polish this one up and give it the old royal treatment. Alright, let me sit up over here and sand the oxides off. Alright people, so it's the exact same process on the lemon juice. Put some of this on here. Same abrasive, 5 micron aluminum oxide mixed with water. It doesn't take an awful long time to sand these oxides off. Get the Hamon getting real nice. Man, I can even see it through the abrasive powder here. It's really cool. Oh yeah. So, can't really see it good from this angle, but trust me, it looks really, really good. I'm gonna go ahead and finish sanding this down with just this abrasive, and I'm gonna run it through another cycle of the lemon juice, and just like I did before. And I think that'll be all that's required. And then I want to show you an additional step in the sanding process to finish polishing it out. Alright, I'll be back in just a little bit. Alright folks, I just finished my last vinegar etch, and I cleaned it up with the aluminum oxide powder. And now I'm going with this is an 8,000 grit micro mesh film. It's actually cloth aluminum oxide, which is supposedly the equivalent of a 1 micron, the way they grade these, I guess. But I give this a light touch over the Hamon. Well, not a light touch. I pressed pretty hard on it, but just a light sanding. And this really highlights your the knife crystals, and it stand out really, really good after this treatment. I do have one more process that I'm going to do to this, but I'm going to wait until I actually finish making the fittings for it and put everything together, dry fit. Then I'm going to do this final polish, which is another abrasive powder. See, I've got to do a wire inlay on this blade, which I'm also planning to do a tutorial of. So some of you should find that interesting. But I want to wait till after that's complete before I do the final abrasive. I'm going to flip this over and do the other side, and then I'll show you the pretty much final outcome. Alright folks, here's the mostly finished product. As you can tell, it's really, really cool looking this alone. And it looks a million times better in person. I'm going to try to, when I finish this blade, try to take it to a professional photographer and see if they can maybe do a better job of photographing it. Just to see, and maybe try to find out their techniques. When I asked the owner of this knife, where do you think you want that wire inlay at, man? Just let me know. I'm having a hard time thinking of a place where it would go really well. I don't want to take away from any aspect of the blade. And just let me know. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this little tutorial here. Let me know if you have any questions, comments. Alright, thanks for watching, people. Later.